Hello, we are here with the second video of the series, and that is aging of pending invoices into time buckets. The first video in which we filter out the pending invoices, and if you haven't watched the first video, there's a video available on my channel. You can look at the first, and then you can come back and follow up with this one. Now the idea is that we want the pending invoices to fall into these categories, so the current one will be where the days past is in minus. What that means that the due date has not passed is yet, so there are days remaining to pay out the amount, and those that already passed will become positive, so we will mark it in the different buckets. So let's say we are using the if function. If this lock the column, if this is less than or equal to 0, then this amount should be in the current bucket, otherwise 0. So this is the first, and then we can actually copy it down. Oops. So all with the negative or 0 means will be falling in this category. So if we turn it to, let's assume 10th of Jan, means okay. So here's a little bit of error. What we need to do, we need to update this. If this is blank, then blank, otherwise the formula. So then we can copy it down, so it turned out to be good. And we can do same for this one. If this is blank, then blank, otherwise now let's move to the second, and before doing this, let's move it to the channel. So now the second criteria is that this date, the number of days, shall be greater than 0 and less than or equal to 30 for the amount to be fall in this category. So let's say if, and with an if we will be using the and function, and this is greater than 0, lock the row. Second one is this again, lock the column, is less than or equal to 30, lock the row. And if this category is and these conditions are met, then the amount should fall in this category, lock the column, otherwise 0. Okay, and we also can add the if this is blank, then this is blank, otherwise 0, and add the parentheses. And what we can do, we can also copy it, not copy it, we need to lock the column, then we can copy it, and we can also move it to the 3 categories. So and this is exactly, that's good. The last one will be if this is greater than 120, greater than lock the column greater than 120, lock the row, then this amount should fall in this category, lock the column, otherwise 0. And also we can add the if function. If this is blank, then blank, otherwise the formula which we have already added. Nice. So now let's just change this. Okay, before we can do this, let's total the amount, which is 792,823. That's the pending invoices amount. And now let's add this, and it is different than the one we calculated. That means that there is some issues with it. So if this is greater than this, then exactly that's good. Now let's check where is the error. Now it seems there's some sort of error here, because it can't be in both of the category. It's either can be here, because what that means that this is wrong. Why it's wrong? Because we have fixed the row, not the column. That's is the mistake here. This is not correct. What I need the dollar sign before the column, and I also need before the column. Now it's still working correctly. Now again let's check it. 792,823. Now it's 79283, means we are correct. We have applied the correct formula. So if we let's change this, because we have kept it dynamic. Let's change this to 10. Here we go. It seems we have applied the correct function, and then it's applying 120, 120. So that is our second part. Now let's just check it for a bit more. So now let's assume where is 29 Feb. Now let's make the payment, this one, on 28th. So as soon as I 28th of Feb here, then this invoice, which is invoice 0112, should not be shown in the list, because it's paid before this date. Five, 4, 24. Now this invoice is paid on the 28th of Feb, and I am checking the report on the 29th, so this should not be included in the list. It's not in the list. If I remove this date, it's shown in the list. Let's assume if I put them in the March 2000, it still be shown, because on the 29th of Feb it was still pending. Now it is showing. So as soon as I change this to any date that is either at the reporting date or before the reporting date, then the same invoice is not shown. So what that means that we have applied the correct formula and our calculation is correct. So now I will see you in the next part, which is preparing the aging reports for each of the vendor. Thank you for watching.